We're going to eat it when it's little. Okay, I made sure that my soil was damp. Not wet, not dry, but damp. Then I sprinkled some kale seeds on the top, pretty thickly all the way through. And then I kind of pushed them down and stirred them just slightly so that they were just barely covered up with some soil. And then I covered them up with this paper towel so that they don't have any light until they are ready to poke their little heads up out of the ground. So what are microgreens? Microgreens are little plants. It's like, okay, you plant the seeds of a plant that could get big, and this one is kale, which could get big, like this is a lacinato kale. It could get quite big. But we're not going to eat it when it's big. We're going to eat it when it's little. About a couple of inches tall, 2 or 3 inches tall, when it's just very young. And I read that microgreens, when they're little, they carry all the vitamins of a large, full-grown, mature plant. In fact, they might be even more potent because all of those nutrients are compressed down into the small plant. That's why microgreens are so great. And they're so easy to grow. You can grow them in all kinds of shaped containers. You don't need very much soil. In fact, some people even grow them without soil if they have just the right equipment to do that with. Can it be just any plant? Nope. It's got to be a plant that, when it's fully mature, we can eat. The plant, not any of the fruit of the plant, but the plant itself. For instance, you cannot eat a tomato plant, nor can you eat a potato plant, because the foliage on either of those two plants are not edible. The same goes for a rhubarb plant, because rhubarb, the foliage part of the plant, the leaf, is poison. You cannot eat a pepper plant. You can only eat the peppers. You can only eat the tomatoes, and you can only eat the potatoes. But what can you eat? You can eat lettuce. You can eat cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli and kale. You can even eat the foliage of radishes. I personally don't care for radish foliage. It's too fuzzy. It's a texture thing. But all of those plants that I just mentioned, the brassicas basically, and the lettuce, any kind of lettuce, those all make wonderful microgreens. You can even eat baby sunflowers. The baby sunflowers are quite yummy, actually, kind of nutty flavored. What would you expect? You can eat the seed of a sunflower, so why can't you eat the little miniature plant of a sunflower? Let's see, what else can you eat? You can eat, well, I think onions and garlics and stuff like that. You can eat them. They're probably not the way, it's probably, you don't have as much there to eat. but they are edible. The leafy greens are the ones that are best suited for being microgreens. Well, that's what I wanted to tell you about microgreens. I have, in the past, grown quite a few, and it's been a while since I've done it. So having this little bowl full of microgreen seeds, of the kale seeds to be specific, I'm getting anxious for them to pop up and I can eat them. And they will be yummy and nutritious. That is what I wanted to tell you about kale today. Beautiful, perfect kale. Beautiful, perfect microgreens for your enjoyment and for your nutrition. And now I'm going to leave you until the next video. So I hope you try growing some microgreens if you haven't grown some previously. Down in the comments, let me know. Have you grown microgreens? Or do you enjoy eating them? You can buy them at the store. They're expensive at the store, but you save oodles of money if you grow them yourself. Until next time, this is Darlene from Darlene's Garden and Home, signing off. I'll see you in the next video.